Today, we're going to sculpt
Crackshot from Fortnite.
What we're gonna need here is some Super Sculpey Original, aluminum wire for armature, a reference photo, an assortment of sculpting tools, some alcohol. All right, mark out where I want the armature wire to go. Then I start to bend the armature just like that. Now take some aluminum foil and bulk up the armature. What this does is reduces the amount of clay you'll have to use and the baking time. Now just start smearing that clay up on that armature, adding more bulk to his side and where his pantaloons will go. Now his big Popeye forearms. So here's where the silicone tools come in. They're excellent at blending and smoothing, and they're cheap. Here's a stick I'm using to just squish in where the belt will go, pockets, adding in a few folds in the clothing, and then smoothing with the alcohol. Adding in these seams in his back. Armature makes it like a bendable figure at this point. You can pose it into whatever pose you want. Now adding his little booties. Oh, I'm giving him a foot massage. Now I'm rolling up a little aluminum foil ball. This will be the head. Sculpey bakeable adhesive. I used it constantly throughout this entire thing. Poop that in the oven at 275 for 45 minutes. All right, it is out of the oven. Let's go do some carving. Polymer clay is excellent carving after it's been baked. I mean, it just flies off. Rolling out a thin strip, gonna start making some of these strappy-do. Pretty cool. Using that tool, poking in some of the details on the belt. You know, your hands and fingers can't squoosh in there and get to all the crooks and nannies. I just added some bulk, then using a razor blade and my wooden tools to carve out some channels, little triangle sections like that. 2 blanks that I made, which then I baked. So I'm using my Dremel and a sanding block to add those hard edges into his shin guards. Now I'm marking out his foot on some clay. This will be the soles of his boots. Put on some buttons. This is going to be that belt buckle part. A little square, add some threads, putting in some indentations for his eyeballs. Put in some balls, squish them in there. His nose. Aw, he's got kind of a wide, gaping mouth. Wooden tools are great too for adding in fine line details, as you can see. Prime it. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Let's paint. The paints I'm using are super cheap, basic acrylic paints that I got from Wally World. Nothing special at all. This is not sped up. I am that fast. I come back in later and touch everything up with a little fine paintbrush. It's very tedious and time consuming, but you know what? If you want to do something cool, it takes dadgum time and the ambition to do it.
It's finished.